last week we started the series looking at the best combos under a certain budget. We started with $250, it's time to work it up to $500. I have 16 combos planned here. Let's not waste any time, let's get right into it. Now the first 5 are going to be building from last week's combos that I liked the much, showing you upgrade pass. So we have the Desert Shamas again, in field tested. You can actually pair these with a Rust Coat Talon Knife, which in Battle Scarred I think pairs really nicely with the gloves. This one's $8 over budget, but like to get yourself a Talon Rust Coat and like good hand wraps and just make a banging combo, I think spending that extra $8 is worth it, man. This is an upgrade path that's so good. Now, I was showing some love to the overtakes in that video, but in field test they got a little bit scuffed. So I think going minimal wear here to clean up those scuffs and going for a Bowie Tiger Tooth, which I really like the accent colors that Bowie knives have. It really adds an extra layer to a combination. This is $450. So for like an orange loadout, orangey brown loadout, pretty solid. And if you haven't noticed, the upgrade path is from the gloves themselves and just showing better upgrades on the knife. So here we have the unhinged gloves. You can jump these up to minimal wear, and then you can still get in a Kukri vanilla. Now this is a very nice combination and it comes in at $439. I think the silver blade the Kukri has, the fact that it's got these goofy but entertaining animations, just a really nice combo for under $500. I can't continue my love for the Forest DD Pack combos. We can get minimal wear gloves this time, which are more than half the budget at $270, but you see them all the time, so it's worth it. And then you want to go for a Nomad knife. Now $180 for the Nomad means this combo still comes out at $450, so you've got $450 buffer to go for a different knife if you want. But what I think is very important is getting a Forest DD Pack knife that actually has a brown accent on it, because a lot of them only have the green that you see on the handle here, and I think you need the brown to truly pair it in, and you see that a little bit while in idle as well as inspecting, which is very nice. And then the final combo that is like the upgrade pass from last week's $250 is the hand wraps for DD Pack, going for a better Safari mesh knife. In this case, it's the Skeleton. Now, the knives are pattern based. You can get different patterns that pair better for the color of green you want, but base pricing, you're talking $455 for a combination that is minimal wear across the board. That's pretty good. Now, that's the 5 sort of like follow-up upgrade path combos. Let's look at the completely fresh stuff with new gloves. So someone mentioned Broken Fang Jade gloves for the last video, and honestly you just couldn't quite get it into the budget here, but you can now. Broken Fang Jade gloves field tested at $150 combined with the Gut Knife Phase 2 Gamma. This comes out at $462 in total. So you have a very fun draw animation, I'll be honest. You then also get very sought after greens that have brown accents to play in together. This is one of the more interesting combinations because I think you can build good loadouts around this as well. I am very quickly going to get onto my love for Tiger Tooth again. I think going for big games with Tiger Tooth is just so good. This one comes in like $2 under budget, and I've planned this based on prices on the 9th of May, having to get a bit ahead of content with the major travel coming up, but hopefully prices haven't fluctuated too much and this is still basically bang on $500. The newly added paracord Tiger Tooth looks so good because of the big blade. I also like the color of the wrap with the colors on like the secondary, tertiary colors of the gloves. Lots of waffling, but this is a banging $500 combo. And although I was never a big fan, it's time to show some love to the Lunar Waves. These gloves in field test with a field tested classic knife, Night Stripe, where it starts to get that little cake effect pattern coming through on it, I think worked really well. It's actually, I think it's our cheapest combo here, our second cheapest combo here at $366. Night knives and Night Stripe knives just work really well with Lunar Waves. With all field tested driver gloves, you're going to deal with some wear on the knuckle, but that's where I like the field test on the knife, because that wear and the color of the wear kind of pairs in a little bit. And then we are going to go Battle Scarred Scarlet Shamas, which isn't going to be everyone's cup of tea, but you can get Battle Scarred Scarlet Shams and pair it with a Survival Knife Slaughter. Factory new, comes out at $510, so we're $10 over the budget, but if you spend $500, I'm sure you can make up that extra 10 if you need to, or you could just go for a cheaper slaughter knife. But Battle Scarred, although the gloves do pick up wear, I think they still look pretty good for Battle Scarred gloves. If you want non-Battle Scarred gloves and a red combo still, I think going for the Blood Pressures in field test and getting a Kukri Crimson Web is a very good play here. Both are field tested and the total cost comes out at $440. I actually think the Crimson Web handle color that's kind of like this off black pairs fairly nicely with the blacks that you get on the blood pressure gloves, so that's pretty cool. And overall, again, just the Kukri knife, it has vibey animations in my opinion. At $500, people love being able to get the overprints in here, but you do normally need to go for a Phase 3 Gamma Doppler, and the only thing in budget would be the Shadow Daggers. Now, The actual element that has the Doppler pattern on them, obviously the blues pair really nicely, but you do get very firm greens on the middle of the blade. So far, and I think out of the whole combination, this is the only one where I'm like, would you just wait until you can go $750 and get a better Phase 3 Gamma Doppler? It is time to vibe with the polygons. Now, I think you need to go blue steel at this budget with these gloves. If you go a bit higher, you can obviously activate budget for Phase 3s, but blue steel is what I think works best. So, field tested gloves, field tested Huntsman blue steel, coming in at $412. This is going to be a interesting one if you want some chunky gloves, and honestly, one of the better blue budget gloves you can get. Staying on the love for chunky gloves, I'm going to go turtles, but it's going to be a surprise because you're going to get the minimal wear, which is almost $300, so you eat up a lot of your budget, which means you can't go Gamma Doppler, but you have to go vanilla, and vanilla actually works really nicely with the turtle gloves because it's got so much grey. Now, the one I've been actually looking at myself was a paracord vanilla. This combination comes in at $445, leaves you almost $50, or just over $50, sorry, to spend elsewhere if you want to. And I just think vanilla and turtles, bit of a slept-on combination, and the higher tier vanilla you go, if you have more budget, the more like insanely sick this looks. Like karambits look really cool in this combo. Then we can jump over to a combination that I almost rocked myself. You might remember, guys, I was running caution gloves for 2 to 3 weeks there. I was considering building a loadout with them, and then I shifted back to Omegas, but this combination, field tested gloves and the hand wrap cautions hold up really nicely. Even as you go to battle scarred, they hold up well. And then I think you want to go for a field tested flip black laminate. The flip knife with hand wraps just kind of works really well. Same vibe with survival and hand wraps. Just kind of fit the vibe. And this is a $475 combo. Something much more unique that you can build like a monsters loadout around with hyper beast, with nightwish, stuff like that. And it actually looks good. Now, our second last combo is actually the cheapest of the bunch, which is kind of surprising to me because I would have looked at this and thought it was like in the $400 plus. This is $351. It's field tested Moto Gloves Smokeout with a minimal wear cookery urban mask. Now, the reason you want to go urban mask is because you've got this sort of grayish color on the knuckles and on the accent colors, and that pairs into it. But you would honestly look at this and think it would be one of the more expensive combos in the video. And then we're going to end it off with a good combination with the Special Gloves Field Agent and the Classic Blue Steel. Both in field tested here, comes in at $483. Much like the polygons, the blue steel just works really nice with the field agent gloves. You can sort of explore lower knives if you wish for the yellow, but I think if you're going to go alternative to blue steel and you don't have budget for Phase 3, maybe Case Harden's worth a look because you get the blue and the yellow, the Piss Gem vibes, and you could maybe build something. But that is 16 combinations for the $500 range and under. Obviously, the first 5 I built upon the first video we did and showed upgrade paths from some of the gloves that we had in that video. And then we had a fresh 11 combinations showcasing some gloves you couldn't otherwise get in the lower budget. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. What I want you to do is let me know your favorite combination in the comments down below, or let me know if there's a combination that you think I have slept on, because I'm sure someone out there has a combination that I completely missed for this. But outside of that, I'm going to say a big thank you to the YouTube members that continue to support the channel. It is greatly appreciated. You guys will have got this one early, so you guys can be the first to let me know your thoughts on the favorite combination. That's kind of cool, right? And outside of that, hit the like button if you enjoyed it. Hit the subscribe button if you're around here. We'll have the $750 budget video out next week, which is the same day as the grand final of the Austin Major, which is kind of interesting. I'll be there. That'll be fun. I'll catch you guys. I'm going to stop waffling. Goodbye.